Good morning, No Pros, and welcome to No Pro Trading. This is our daily market analysis where I try to analyze from a technical perspective before market opens on several stocks. My name is Jukebox Joel, and thank you for joining us. So, we're just going to go down my list of stocks here. We're going to start with ES. Yesterday, we saw a pretty direct fall um, from the top. It caught some resistance, it held, and we fell pretty right back into the bottom of the zone. Even in after hours, we actually did print a lower low. However, it wicked back up and closed above the trend line that I had drawn here. So what I'll do this morning now is I will draw most immediate supports for if it wants to bounce. It can do so from this area. Granted, these are nano supports, very fragile. However, I'm interested to see if we can hold these levels. If not, there's another level here that we can plot. So moving on from SPX, we look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, nice recovery since we established the bottom of 115, 115, 115,739. It's Bitcoin's local low. So I'll do the same thing. We're going to plot some resistances, some supports. We already see the EMA starting to curl above into each other. We'll take this most immediate support level, and if we want direct upside, we'll get reactions to these levels on Bitcoin. PayPal. PayPal we've been watching for a week. I had plotted this area of support, and we finally dipped into support. Um, we could go a bit further from a technical standpoint. We could be looking at the 72.54 area, 72.17 area before we catch a real bounce. I'm interested to see if this sell block holds. If this sell block holds, it'll give us better prices for entries. And if it doesn't hold, we'll be looking for a break above the local high of 73.90. What I'll do, because I do think we have a little further downside, I'm actually going to plot the nano resistances. I'll take this off the chart, put this on for bears. Okay, so if bears want to hold on to PayPal's downside, they'll be wanting to react to these levels here. Next, we have up T-Mobile. T-Mobile has kind of been in a range, more or less a downside range for the last couple of days. We can actually almost plot that. Um, so we're range bound to the downside at the moment. I want to see. So we do have a medium term support region here. The last level for support on T-Mobile for an immediate upside is 223.96. However, if we react to this area, I may be considering this as an ABC. Yes, we'll get another local high, but after that, um, it could shift. So we're watching T-Mobile. First indication that we're moving up would be breaking through these sub blocks. So above 226.83 and above 228 for bullish momentum on T-Mobile. Next, we have Google. You could literally draw a trend line from Google's low that we caught last week, and so long as this line is holding, we can continue upwards. I have taken. I'll replot this support. This is this. It was short-term support, but I can even go into a nano measure, um, just so we can have some levels up. And we're looking at this area here for bounces to the immediate upside. Um, the reason I keep plotting the nano supports is because have a feeling that today is going to be a green day, and um, those stocks that didn't sell off hard yesterday are already recovering. Um, so we'll take a glance at the ES before I finish the recording. Anywho, next up is AT&T. AT&T did also reach long-term support in this case. If we look at the 3 hour, I measured from this bottom to this high, and we've just now gotten into the point 0.5 of the last 2 days, the point 0.5 uh, fib supports that I've plotted here. So as long as we hold this high, we could be seeing AT&T try to get back into the trend, into the trend channel. Um, but if it fails, I'll be looking for support at $26 to $25 and seeing how we react there. Assuming we fail at those levels, when in doubt, zoom out. We have a potential 5 wave move up, so I've plotted the relative supports. If we want a deep pullback, these will be the levels that we're looking at for support. Super microcomputer, which might be one I'll be taking off of the watch list soon. Just trying to condense. Um, we were following on SMCI. I had plotted some levels that should have held if we were going to break out. So the levels were right here. Measured this. We bounced perfect off of the 786 retracement level of this move, and we ran. So thesis did play out. What I'm doing now is I'm now tracking another potential 5 wave move up. In the meantime, however, I have these resistances, these supports plotted here for a bounce and to continue into the 5th wave of this nano structure. On hims and hers, hims, I replotted support. We did come down into the first level here, to which we're trying to find a reaction. However, I think we need a little further, maybe $49. So with that being said, I will draw fib retracements here. And the reaction to any of these zones will signify we do have potential for more downside. Next is the silver chart. Silver dropped decent yesterday, also right into the support zone, and now we're trying to hold this momentum to the upside. So I'm going to draw a green line here at the golden retracement, and I'm going to get rid of this fib. We could go further. We could go down to this area. Uh, I'll also plot, and so far we've gotten a perfect reaction from the 618. So this could very well be taking us a little further down. So I'd want to see a test of these prices down here. Oil, oil broke the supports that I had plotted, therefore the immediate upside has been negated. It definitely looks like it might want to hold this reaction to this 382 resistance area. But what I'll do is you know, let's see if we can get back above that trend line today. If it can get above that trend line without breaking either of these lows. So if it breaks this one, it has to hold this one. And even maybe this one. So if we get to test one of these lows and get to rip back up above trend line, this could keep the bullish momentum intact. Intel, dinosaur, another fall perfect into support, into immediate support anyway on the short-term time frames. Um, I see three waves, so maybe a little bit further, but I think this could be the spot where we start to rally from if it wants to. I'll draw another trend line here. Let's see if that trend line holds today, which does give us some room to downside still. Blooming Brands is another one I'll probably be taking off uh, from following on the charts just to consolidate a little bit. I have I had plotted some supports. That's not it. Oh, okay, because this was this move, I think. Oh no, okay, so I had some resistances plotted and they broke. It's these right here. I think some supports. These supports broke, opening the door for lower. So now I will plot the next relative supports, which are right here. So assuming we get a reaction to one of these areas, we could get a bounce, keep the market up, keep Blooming Brands up anyway. Next up, we have Lithium of Americas. Almost could it could be my favorite stock right now. So we're still in this range. We've been in this range for almost a week and a half. And so long as that range is holding, we can absolutely explode through. Um, I'd like a sustained break above these highs, 1292, you know. But in the meantime, I've been adding. Lithium has lagged in the precious metals market, and I'm very interested to see the moves that it will be coming through in the next couple months. So same supports that have been plotted since last week are still here. Um, yeah, we're just gonna watch. We're just gonna watch. I think we still have a fifth wave to unfold here. I don't think we can count that, but we'll see. If we get a dip, I don't expect that we break 271, and if we don't break, I expect at least reaching the $3 level, the $3 and some change, and then finally Tessie. All right, so Tessie fell pretty hard yesterday. Printed a high of 321, printed a low of 308 with 42 cents. This morning, however, we have started to bounce. With that being said, I'm plotting immediate resistances as we build structure. Immediate supports, excuse me. I always go to resistances, don't I? So we need to break this level. We need to open above this green line for us to have bullish momentum to the upside today. All right. I'll leave these plotted. We've got our reaction on the medium term fib supports. So we're just going to be watching now. Misty is, I think, a good long-term hold. And Misty is breaking out. I've been adding Misty oh, since we were here. Here. So we got looks like fairly good entries. I want to see if we can break this high, this sell block I mean. So we did get a reaction to the point 0.5 more or less. So I'll delete this and I'll plot the most immediate supports. If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we should see a pullback at the end of this. So obviously the support region will move as we print higher highs. And if we break this local high, then we'll see this box in play. Weeble, one that I added recently. I only found out about this stock a couple days ago. Immediate supports failed, therefore I plotted more long term. And we have come down to the 0.618 not once, but twice now. No break of the local low. So I think there may be some real good opportunity here in Weeble. What I'll do now is we'll look at the nanostructure. We will take support levels of these and we'll let that sit. And that's our daily market update. Thank you guys for sitting in. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe our channel so that I know that I'm helping someone out there. Risk management is 70% of trading, and I wish you all a safe trading day. Thank you.